Luke, I'm sure you're not thrilled with the way the game went. The result was there, but what do you make of this mess?
Well, it's a funny game. I mean, I give Prince George a lot of credit. I got a lot of respect for those kids that, even though a lot of people are probably counting them out, they battled their guts out there and made it very difficult for us to play. And I think our guys struggled at times to, decide when was a good time to make, talented hockey plays and when was a good time to just keep things simple and chip deep. And luckily for us, Evan Stack picked the right time to make a smart hockey play and, a beautiful goal. And from a guy who, I think probably struggled a little bit early in the game, but dug deep and found a way.
Safe to say that this is another lesson in not taking your opposition lightly, not saying the Centennials did that tonight, but in terms of getting up for a game, both these teams don't have much to play for because Prince George is out of a playoff spot. The Centennials aren't looking for anything either, but in a game like this, you probably want to have the mental focus like it is of Vernon or Penticton. I don't know if that was the case. What do you think?
Well, I thought the start of our game was actually quite good, and we unfortunately weren't rewarded for anything in our efforts, and we missed the net on a lot of opportunities. The bounces weren't quite there, but overall, I think the challenge then became, from our behalf on the coaching staff, is we put the challenge forward to the leaders and, told them this is their time to step up and carry this team and take control. And, a guy like Brent Fletcher, I thought was the best player on the ice tonight for our team. And the guy, he works his can off and he draws penalties, he's taking hits, and then, your power play guys have to go out there and reward their teammates with just as good of an effort. And we weren't really doing that. And, so I thought our leaders did a lot better job in the third. Steve played well. Jeff played very well. And, again, tough games, we'll take the win.
We'll talk about Tyler Steele in a second, but defensively, especially in that first period, I noticed there were a lot of passes that got through into the slot for this First Kings. They had the scoring chance, and all of a sudden you guys had three guys converge on the shooter and not allow the scoring chance to take place. Talk about defensively the game for your team, including the forwards.
Yeah, I think they're tough teams to play. These guys, like I said, give them a lot of credit. They played very hard, but at the same time, they're playing with nothing to lose, so they're willing to take chances. Right. They're throwing pucks, like you said, at the slot, and we discourage our players from doing that because it's just as likely that it could be a turnover right back into your end as a 2-on-1, and as it could be a scoring chance in their end. So they were doing it. They were just throwing and hoping, and even firing pucks off glass and hoping, and they were getting a lot of good breaks. And I thought our guys did a good job on our end of, obviously Tyler was outstanding and made the first saves, and then we were able to collapse and not give them second and third opportunities. But again, it's finding the difference between when you have to just be simple and chip pucks out and when you can actually skate and make a play, and we weren't able to find that balance tonight.
You split up the first line in overtime, and of course you had to because it was 4-on-4. Ultimately, a first-line player gets the overtime goal. But I think not just tonight, but through the past several weeks, Stack, Sekila, and Jones have been your most consistent players and have been your go-to guys night in and night out. I mean, as a coach, you must be happy to see that your best players are playing like it on a regular basis.
Yeah, they have been, and there's a reason why they play the minutes they play. And I didn't think tonight that they were outstanding. They were okay, but usually they're good to draw at least 2-3 penalties a game, and that wasn't there. The extra little bit of drive and abilities down low weren't really there. We didn't create enough from that line offensively, I thought. I think Blaine's line and even Fletcher and Playfair and LeBron, I thought created a lot too. So, but those guys are, like for Stack to get the goal. That's what goal scorers do, and big time players, they take that on and do something. So
Tyler Steele was watching a very nice performance from Lino Kimianti last night and was trying to match that tonight. Looks like he did so in a big way. In the third period there, I'm pretty sure the shot clock was messed up because it stopped for a while. Pretty sure it was a lot more than 24 saves or 25 saves, but Tyler Steele really came up clutch, I thought, especially in the second period.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the shot clock was broken all game because there would be 2-3 shots on net for either team and they wouldn't go on, but whatever. I mean, Tyler was, those are really, really hard games to play as a goaltender, I think, and we'd be down in their end for 4 or 5 minutes kind of consistently, and then all of a sudden they're coming out with an odd man rush, or they get in our end for 10 seconds and there's a shot from the slot. And hey, give him a ton of credit. He was very square to pucks today. His rebound control was outstanding. He played the puck very well, and overall he was probably the difference in the game.
I was actually thinking that your goaltenders, whenever they have a rough game, it seems like consistently they've been able to come up with a very good effort the next night. The bounce back is there, and it looks like the confidence is never shaken, even when they have a bad game.
Well, they're both very confident kids, and I think they're both, they're confident enough in their abilities that they let those rough games, they don't just, rub them off their back, but they take the lessons from them and they push themselves to be better, but they know that they're better goalies than, their past performance. And they both, like you said, came back with bounce-back performances, and you couldn't ask for a better effort from him tonight for sure.
So overall, Luke, going into tomorrow against Quesnel in that rematch, if you reflect back on this game, how do you reflect back on it? Was it a good enough effort from your team? Was it just a matter of the goaltenders being that good? What do you say to your guys after the game, after the win?
As you can tell from my lack of ability to really answer any question today with clarity, this game was strange. It was confusing. After the game, I didn't really say anything to the guys. I said, okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. Get ready for tomorrow. We'll take it. So we're going to look at some more game film tonight on this game. We'll look at the Quesnel game and maybe try and see if there's something that we're missing that should create some more open ice for our guys and allow them to make some more skilled plays. But overall, I think you get a couple of bounces early that, could have been goals, and that's a whole different game. All of a sudden, you're playing with confidence, you're playing with composure, and you're really taking it to a team. Whereas tonight, a couple of pucks go wide, we hit post, we miss the net, and then you're kind of playing clutching the stick all night long. So hopefully we can calm down and get some composure and some confidence and get a couple of bounces. And, hey, if we have to squeak another one out, we'll take it. So
would you say, again, it all goes back to the finish? Did you guys have enough scoring chances today, do you think?
Yeah, we did. I thought we created enough. Just, again, it comes back to what happens early in a game. And if you can't score on them early, then you're fighting it all night, it seems. And it wasn't from a lack of effort or a lack of ability. They were just, hey, Kirk Thompson made some unbelievable saves. I mean, I think on Bokenfor was an open net, and he hit it probably with the steel of his skate to deflect it wide. And, those are nights where things just aren't going your way. You have to find a way to battle through, and we're fortunate to get out of here with the win.
One thing I noticed, a very feel-good finish to the game when everyone was celebrating the game-winning goal by Evan Stacklett in the corner. Lino goes and picks up the puck for Tyler Steele. I think Tyler might have done that for Lino last time around. Again, the relationship between these two guys, I think, speaks for itself.
Well, that's a huge indication of our team, and we reflect back on little things like Sylvan Harper passing to Jeff Jones with an open net, and Lino going to do that for Tyler, and they're a special group of kids, and obviously the two of them have a very good relationship and respect for one another, and that was really nice to see.
And very quickly, tomorrow against Quesnel, rematch. You guys have been in 2 straight overtime games. You guys must be dog-tired, I'm sure. Are you expecting another heated game tomorrow?
Well, I would imagine. I think they're obviously really hungry. They are not going to be happy that PG got a point tonight. It keeps the race somewhat alive. And we did a pretty good job tonight, I thought, of using everybody. A lot of guys, spread the ice out. We didn't rely on anybody too much. So I'm assuming they're going to be fresh. We'll see how Chad's feeling tomorrow. Maybe we get him back in the lineup for some fresh legs. Brandon will be back in regardless. So, again, we got to just dig in and find a way here. We got a busy stretch over the next couple of weeks, so it's something we got to get used to.
All right, well, we got an hour and a half back to Quesnel on the bus here, so thanks a lot for joining us on the post-game show, Luke, and congratulations on what you might not know is the first win in Prince George in 5 years for the Centennials.
Jeez. Yeah. It feels like it's been about 10 years, and I've only been here for a year and a half, so we'll take it. Thanks,
well, absolutely. It wasn't pretty, but it was there. Evan Stack with the game winner. Thank you very much to Luke Pierce for joining us on the post-game show. Centennials winning in overtime, 1-0 for the second straight night. We'll take a break on our post-game show. Check our 3-star